welcome back. So today we're gonna get heads back together, bolt them in the car, and get it to a point where we can nearly get it going, because I'm missing a couple of parts still, and we need to get to a point where I can measure the push rods, because geometry could be an issue for us, because it was an issue last time. Why wouldn't it be this time? All right, let's get cracking. I got plenty of work to do. Right, we just got back from Sam's. We've got all the springs set at 1850, sorry. So we've put all the shims in the bottom, they're all about right. I've just gone through, and these are the ones I picked up off Sam's dad. I've just run the grinder around the edge, tidied them up, cleaned up all my head studs, got all the old grease off of them from the assembly grease and most of the other gunk out of them. But a few of the shorter ones that go on the outside, they're soaking over in the corner because they had all orange paint on from the old heads, because it's going to look dodgy with orange paint on the ARP head studs. So first things first, guide plates, rocker studs in the car. Yeah, that's what we're up to. All right, while I'm doing that, here's some fine beats by YouTube. Righto, let's I've already gone through and cleaned all the surfaces up previously, but I'll go through, give it a quick, well, I might have a little bit there to clean up, missed that bit. I'll do another quick once over, and then let's start the assembly process. Righto, so I took 4 hours of cleaning to get all the orange paint off the rest of these studs, because just couldn't handle having orange paint on these. The heads are no longer orange. Yeah, they do have all their ARP grease on them, and they also have the water sealant, the thread sealant, whatever you call it. The Loctite thread sealant, 567. That's what it is. So my ultra copper gasket maker. So I'm going to chuck that on. I'm going to lather up both sides of this exhaust, because it's not straight, the headers, and the bolt pattern is less than ideal on the small block Chevs. So doing anything I can to make sure it seals. That is coated with goo. This stuff is never fun to get out. It's going to be worse when I start doing it outside, I think. Gosh, hand strength. I don't have enough. Whew. Wow. Breaking a sweat. I wonder if it's easier if I just take the end off this thing. Increase the flow. Just let it have it all. Oh, Yeah, why didn't I do that at the beginning? So much easier. When you tell me to do that at the beginning, take the thing off the end. Oh, damn. Wow, that's a lot. That's why. Oh, I pretty much guarantee it's not going to leak in that spot. Righto, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the old RTV, do the old China walls, load them up because, as we always say, rather be looking at it than looking for it. Make sure we don't have any leaks in there. And then put on the intake gaskets and chuck on the, what do you call that thing? That other thing anyway. And it'll make that little sucker play as well. All right, cool. Let's start with these and we'll chuck it on this one first. Side here a little. Oh, can you see the back one? Probably can't see the back one. Maybe it's the back one. You reckon I got enough? I'd say. Alrighty. I'll just make sure these go on whichever way they go on. That way. No better off going that way. This side up. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory then, isn't it? Gotta go that side up. So go in there. Something like so. This one's going to go. Something like so. Very good. All right. So actually, I've got another bolt kit I need to prep up. Righto. So I've just got my little bolt kit ready to go. Let's show you what the new intake's going to look like. Let's, see if I can do this somewhat right. Something like so. Oh, if I could get my tongue right, it might be better. Hey, something like that. Let's get a couple of bolts in and see what happens. There you go. Look at this. Right there are two little spaces. Slightly concerning that I might not have enough RTV because it didn't ooze out the way I would have liked. Anyways, I guess we'll find out when we go to start it the first time, and the stuff will pour out everywhere, it won't. So the old one never had this. This is the steam ports. Only ever had the front two. So that one I had the temperature sensor for the... No, that one, I don't remember. That one's got the normal warning light for inside, that's this wire. And this one had the controller for the thermofan. Oh, hold on, you can't see what I'm talking about. Oh, you can. Cool. Anyways, so from here we've got two options. Well, we've got several options with several things. We can use the rockers that came with, which don't quite... The geometry's crap, to put it the best way. But I can use my old blue rockers, but then I need to go buy taller rocker studs to try and get our geometry better. Because these are the 3/8 stud and the other ones are 7/16. More than anything, I was just trying to seal it up a bit. So that way it's sealed and not open. It's good to see an engine starting to come together. But the other option, let me just grab it. Now, these are filthy and disgusting. Well, the first one isn't. So we could go back to old originals, chuck them back on and see how they go. They don't quite fit nicely. I don't know, that's what they are. Or we have our new to us ones, set of Morossos, which we could chuck on, which would sit like so. Now, the only issue with the Morossos, look at them. They're filthy. But it gets worse. Look at that. It's like they sat in the bottom of a freaking creek for 3 years. Anyways, so that's my current dilemma to work out. Sandblast and powder coat these is the best option. I haven't got yet is the gaskets for here, because I didn't think about that. But hey, we can work on that too. So tomorrow I'm gonna measure pushrod length and chuck the 1.5 ratio rockers on and the 1/6 and see how it all looks geometry wise, because you're meant to have it at certain angles at certain heights and rotation, and there's things meant to happen in there. And I, for one, not 100% on what those things are. So for tonight, I think that's going to pull us up. So I might chuck those old 1/6 ratio rockers in some oil, 1/5 ratio rockers in some oil, the blue ones, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. If they're in oil, at least I've got them soaked up. They're ready to go for when whatever we decide. That's where we're at. Alrighty. I shall see you in the morning. Alright, morning, next day. So last night, stayed up out here, muck around. It was too dark for the camera. I didn't do a lot, but I tinkered. So chucked on the couple of fittings here, chucked on the thermostat, put on all the oil fittings. So only thing is we don't have the socket for this to go in here anymore. So I might need to try and find like a little T-piece or something to go in here, or and a bung for that one, because that used to be my thermo switch for the Davies Craig fans. Alright, so yeah, I'll have to figure out what to do here water-wise. Either put a T-piece in here and then it could just plug straight in. It wouldn't be an issue, which is always an option as well. Other thing I need is to bung off these little these other two back here. because they're unrequired. I've already got my little locator pin beholder outer for the distributor sitting in there. What we're going to do now is we're going to measure our push rods. So the ones off the old heads were 7.1 inch. What came with these heads are 7.8 inch, and the geometry is just never ever going to happen with a 7.8 push rod. I'm thinking somewhere around 7.4ish. So we'll grind up a 7.4. I think I'll do a 7.3 as well, and we'll just do a test run and see how they work. So plan is a 1.5 push rod, a 1.5 rocker on the exhaust, and a 1.6 on the intake. We'll see how that pans out. So let's grind up a push rod or two and get started. Now, I'm sure everyone engine building world is cracking the hissy fit at me. Buy the right tool. Well, I've got the right tool. It's here. But the right tool is just way too long for the process we're after. So it's not the right tool. So we have 3 of these. Hopefully they're pretty close to a 7.3, 7.4, 7.3 and a 7.2. So we'll see how we go. I'm just going to give them a bit of a at each one. Make sure I get all the metal shavings off. Give them a wipe over with cloth, and I'll put the ground end down into the lifter because it's not doing us any articulation. It should just be more up and down, so less chance of it fouling on anything. Got pretty close to roughly the same sort of shape, so it should sit in the hole pretty nice. All right, let's have a go. So I've just gone through and cleaned each of these with a bit of parts cleaner, each of the valve tips. I'm going to grab the Nico pen, which I've put over here somewhere because I just used it and wrote on a piece of cardboard. So the correct method is putting your marker, dye, stuff on these. I don't have any of that. So we go the old Nico pen route. Just going to colour these in. And we're going to go, there's our links. Okay, we're longest to shortest. And then down. I always have trouble finding these little suckers. There, I got him in. Oh, that one went straight in. It was like that every time, would be good. Okay, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4. Let's do that. And as for rockers, what have we got? 2 exhausts? No, 2 intakes, 1 exhaust. I'll grab a, what's that, 1.5, and 1.6, and a 1.6. Wipe a bit of the oil off. I've just had these soaking in a bucket of oil. Try and give us a bit of something. It's a 1.6. It's a 1.5. And that is a 1.6. Oh, and the right way. It might help a lot. Alright. Grab some or bolty thingies and we'll get it done up. 1, 2, 3 of them. Not going to do these up anything spectacular. They're just going to be done up. I got no idea where 6 is, 4 is here, and the orientation of its lift. So looking at it, it should be all the way down. Alrighty. tighten. About there. That's better. Alrighty, let's give them one roundy round and see what happens. That's loose. I need to tighten him back up. Obviously, it was mid. Is that one still loose? Yeah, that one's loose again. And that one's tight. That one's good. One more round. We'll just get it. Right about that, we'll stop, eh? Pretty close. All right. So clean my hands. All right, how do they look? 7.4 is pretty much in the middle. 7.3 slightly high, and 7.2 is way too short. I'm guessing 7.4 is on the money. How good's that? All right. As good as we're going to get. That's what I say. Woo! Definitely not using 7.2. Alrighty. Well, let me put you over here so you can see. Huh, hello. Where are you looking? I'm over here. And you're not even straight. Maybe you straighten up the situation. There we go. Is that better? Well, that's going to be a wrap for the day. I'm going to order push rods. Probably during the week I'll start working on an ignition system, because that's going to be a mission on its own. But anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll see you very soon when I'm working on the ignition system and finish buttoning this sucker up. Thank you.